purpose of my presentation is relative clauses and other, and the lecturer is Putusanti Oktarina SPD MPD. Before we will continue, let me introduce myself and my partner. I am Liputamana Slavia, and my partner is Igede Yoga Pratama. We are from Group 8. Okay, we will start. Relative clauses. A relative clause tells you which person or thing the speaker means. There are two types, defining and non-defining. Defining relative clauses, they provide essential information which identifies the person, place, time, or thing we are referring to. People, relative pronoun, who, their. For example, the girl who is eating a pizza is my cousin. Things, relative pronouns, which, that. For example, the pizza which is in the fridge is delicious. Time, relative pronoun, when, that. For example, the day when I met him was wonderful. Place, relative pronoun, where. For example, the park where we met was crowded. Possession, relative pronoun, whose plus noun. For example, this is the girl whose brother is my boyfriend. Relative pronouns. When the relative pronoun is followed by verb, it is the subject of a relative clause and it cannot be amended. For example, the woman who lives next door is a doctor. Who is the woman and the woman is the subject. It cannot be amended. When the relative pronoun is followed by a pronoun or a noun, is the object of a relative clause and it is frequently amended. For example, the woman who I wanted to see was away on holiday. Who is the woman and the woman is direct object. It can be amended. Examples, people, who, that. The boy who lives next door to me is really handsome. In this case, the relative pronouns refers to the boy. If we analyze the relative clause, who is the subject, it cannot be amended. The boy who I'm going out with lives next door to me. In this example, the relative pronouns refers again to the boy, but it's not the subject of the relative clause, so it can be amended. You could say, the boy I'm going out with lives next door to me. Examples, things, objects, animals, use which, that. The flowers which are on the table are mine. In this case, the relative pronouns refers to the flowers. If we analyze the relative clause which is the subject, it cannot be amended. The flowers which I put in the vase are beautiful. In this example, the relative pronouns refers again to the flowers, but is not the subject of the relative clause, so it can be amended. You could say the flowers I put in the vase are beautiful. Okay, the presentation will be continued by my friend Yoga.
Okay, I will continue the presentation from Amanda. Profession with relative pronoun. Number 1, do you know the woman? Dog is talking the heart. Do you know the woman who entered? Dog is talking to. Number 2, these are the key you were looking for them. These are the key which entered you were looking for. Notes. There are several possible definitions of the review of language. You need to ask formal, informal, spoken, written. Okay, preposition with relative pronoun, formal and informal. Number 1, the woman with whom I went to the cinema was my name. Number 2, the woman who I went to the cinema with was my mom. Number 3. The woman that I went to the cinema with was my mom. Number 4. The woman I went to the cinema with was my mom. Not whom is possible instead of who when it is the object of the verb in the relative clause or when I said with a preposition, but it's not very common in spoken English. Thank you. Next, non-definition relative clause. They give us additional information about the person, place, time, or thing we are talking about. Number 2, the are as list asset is written language. Number 3, the information is not necessary to understand the meaning of the sentence. Number 4, the are y commas before up and after the relative clause. Number 5, the relative pronoun cannot be used. Number 6, that cannot be used. Next, non-defining relative clause. Number 1, extra information. Number 2, commas. Number 3, that cannot be used. And as. Number 1, people. Relative pronoun who. Example, my brother who is a surgeon live in London. And number 2, asking. Relative pronoun which. Example, my car which is parked over dust is a very old. Number 3, as time. Relative pronoun when. Example, next Saturday when I am traveling to Dubai is my birthday. Number 4, as plates. Relative pronoun where. Example, Eiffel Tower where I was born is a nice town. Number 5, as possession. Relative pronoun was and noun. Example, Arnold was brother is in your class is my best friend. Okay, that's all about my presentation. We will continue the two exercises to better understand the material that has been present. Our exercise doing and fire of sentences with a relative clause. Number 1, Freddie Mercury he has a famous singer or who. Number 2, he is Tony. You'll be driving with him next week or whom. Number 3, this is the house. Jane lived in that house when she was young. Number 4, beside the contact workshop lived there or where. 5, John is my friend. His car was stolen from the car park or worse. Number 6, he went to a concert. He did like the concert at all or that. Number 7, I don't know the man he helped me this morning or who. Number 8, snack fur is one of the best known weather in the world. He is boring in Stafford, a phone or who. Okay, if you have been answered this question, you can match the answer. Hope it will be insightful and improve your skill reading relative clues and other material. Okay, thank you. Stay safe and have a nice day.